Welcome back to Invest Global. Today we're doing a bit of a deep dive into Unidex, talking about this decentralized exchange aggregator and derivatives tool built in the blockchain ecosystem. Now we'll also be covering how they're able to deliver lower fees, as well as what to actually expect from this new update. So this is quite interesting. From when it's went live, I think it was like January of this year. It's January 20th, if I'm correct. Yeah, January 25th, their initial release. Basically contrasting that with what it currently is, which is absolutely awesome. Seeing the new user interface, seeing how really advanced you can get when you kind of build layers on top of existing exchanges. That's really what Unidex is all about. Really, really interesting, showing you their Twitter, which you can follow here at Unidex Finance. I'll also have everything we talk about linked down below in the description. And keep in mind, guys, always do your own research on any projects that I talk about on this channel. So do your own research. There's a video for that linked down below in the description, especially when a project is lower market cap. It has a lot of higher reward, but you also have to factor in with a lower market cap, you do have higher risk, right? So higher risk, higher reward with a project that is lower market cap. But this is a very interesting niche that Unidex is going after. We're just going to kind of dive right into it. So right off the bat with their website, they describe themselves as the most powerful trading platform and aggregator for all these different things. Basically tokenized assets on the blockchain, right? So perpetuals, stocks, all these different things. That's really the goal. Hundreds of liquidity providers, multiple aggregators, and cross-chain trading. Never worry about liquidity for any financial instrument ever again. So the instant accessible liquidity on Unidex is $40 billion, while liquidity sources are over 75. You can trade cross-chain, which is absolutely incredible. The interoperability is one of the most important things that I see in new blockchain projects. You have to be interoperable to really compete in this market. Over 200 decentralized finance integrations, a powerful interface made for traders. Now, again, I highly recommend you dig into this yourself, but just to kind of point out, let's just go after these three things real quick here, just kind of highlight this. So limit orders on any decentralized exchange. This is very, very important because when you go on Uniswap, for example, if you just look at what their app looks like up front. So I typed in SysSwap. I want Uniswap. Let's go to uniswap.org, launch app, use Uniswap, boom. You can see there isn't a set price. Basically, what you would do is you would click ETH. Let's say you want to get Aave, and you're going 1 ETH for Aave. You can see this. It's essentially the market price. Now, if you're trading, you'll understand that. If you don't, basically every single second, there's constantly an order book flow on the markets. It's updated the price based on the volatility. So people longing and shorting the market, buying and selling essentially. Then you have layers on top of that, things like options, which are essentially like an option is a way of saying it. But basically having the choice whether or not you want to buy or sell an individual asset at a future date. And options you basically can sell for premiums and buy for premiums. So that's really what's going on here. So you're able to add these different kind of layers on top of something that's just very, very bare bones like Uniswap. Now you can do this if you're using Uniswap and hit settings and go to expert mode, but this is very, very risky if you don't understand how this works. It can be a bit of a challenge, expert mode, but point is that's what they're really building on top of is these different things. So limit orders on any different decentralized exchange, strongest aggregation. So Unidex is the strongest aggregation system powered by the MyRai liquidity engine. This allows for other aggregators to be aggregated from even futures, margin, or options. So they describe themselves as basically aggregating all your financial activity when trading, whether swaps, options, futures, margin trading, or lending markets. Unidex breaks up and delivers the most efficient route for any financial instrument. Unidex always displays the best rate because of our relayer network, which acts as an aggregator to other liquidity aggregators as well. So this is very important because they're focusing on cross-chain interoperability. So all chains are supported by Unidex terminal, so users have easy access to Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polkadot, Cosmos, Avalanche, and Solana. Unidex provides instant access to any financial market on any blockchain. So that's very important to understand is you have all these different blockchains out there and you need interoperability. You want them all to work together because they're really worth more as a whole network rather than each of the individual blockchains in a vacuum. That's the main thing is we want to focus on network effect, focusing on Metcalfe's law to help value a network. I think this will drive a lot of money into crypto. So the MyRai liquidity engine, and then after this, we will discuss basically what to expect from this initial user interface thing. So introducing the backbone of Unidex trading terminal, let's see, the MyRai liquidity engine aggregates any financial activity such as spot trading, option protocols, derivatives, instruments, or even other aggregators instead of competing with other aggregators. UNIDX will aggregate all of the best existing protocols and aggregators to ensure the user receives the best trade execution, gas included. That's good to hear. Okay, so what can you expect from the initial UI refresh rollouts? Our journey has been amazing since our initial release back on January 25th. Let us do a quick comparison of what was and what now is. So this is kind of how it's looked in the past. This was the initial release of v0.0.3. Looked like back when UNIDX first went live. At the time, we offered limit orders by Pine Finance, which we now maintain officially, that would aggregate across the Ethereum network when Binance Smart Chain still had less than 20 million total value locked in. So that's very important to understand is when these networks are early, looking at the actual total value locked in. That's why, every day I do this series called Daily DeFi. And one of the main indicators we look at is total value locked in decentralized finance in general. And then, you look at the top three, it's really a Pareto distribution where you have, 20% of the kind of top projects really take up more than 80% of the total value locked in. So, all those projects are lending platforms. And it's important to watch total value locked in because then you can really value, okay, how strong is this network? Because if a competitor comes along and they're offering crazy incentives to come to the network, you get it, great interest rates, all these things, these crazy percentages. Well, the thing is something like Aave, something like Compound, something like Maker, they already have that existing network and they kind of have a reputation. Whereas some of these other projects that are more fly by night, when they don't have this total value locked in, it can be a problem. So since then, we've been heavily making updates and fine tuning the user interface to develop what is now going to become the new application. So this is the new application interface. Looks great. Looks like it looks, comparable to Binance, but it's basically a layer on top of the, these decentralized exchanges. So I think what they're doing is pretty awesome. So this is an example of what the users are going to be seeing following the initial launch of our revamped user interface. We're aiming to make it live for trading starting at the end of this month. So it should be live May 31st. Today's May 26th of 2021 when this video is going out. So keep that in mind. So definitely watch out for this. This is going to be very, very interesting. I think having this on the market and kind of then you see other projects that are building. So the way I kind of see the landscape, like I said, is you have these centralized exchanges that are basically tapping into the river of the blockchain network. There's a lot of problem with centralized exchanges. They're kind of a great on-ramp, but once you get in crypto, you kind of want to stay in just the crypto ecosystem. The less times you interact with centralized exchanges, the better. So why not stay in the decentralized exchange ecosystem with something like Uniswap, with something like UNIDX, where you can add more layers on top of that. Whereas, if you're going from holding your crypto in your Ledger wallet to sending it to Binance, technically a centralized exchange. Yes, they have some decentralization in the Binance Smart Chain, but for the exchange themselves, currently Binance is centralized. So, if their network runs down, then you're in trouble. You're holding it on their exchange. They have been good about it in the past, but it's just one of those things you want to think about. Kind of the whole point of the blockchain crypto space is to really be your own bank. It's really kind of this idea of a bunch of decentralized banks where everyone has their own wallet. You don't have to rely on someone else. There's no human error. There's no trust. You can verify that you have the account, you have it under your control. Maybe you have just a paper wallet or a hardware wallet stored somewhere around the world. Maybe you're using multi-signature cryptography, so you have it even more secure, and keep adding layers on that. But then you can also think about, okay, that's long-term. That's like going the deepest of security. But then in the short term, okay, what can you do while in the crypto space? Well, it's using something like this that is decentralized instead of using something like Binance. So I think it's great to see these areas where you're able to do options and leverage, using a decentralized exchange instead of using something like a Femex or Bybit, which I have links to down below in the description if you want to get started with trading. If you've watched some of the videos in Global Technical Analysis and you're interested, you can check out those links. But what's really important and what they clarify here is that the community should treat this upcoming release as still the alpha stage, with our flagship release being when the leverage and option trading functionality goes live. So that's very important to take in mind is if you get in on something like this, you're getting in on something early, but they haven't fully rolled out these things. So you're essentially if you think this is a good network, if you believe in the team, if you've done your own research into this project, and you've gone to Etherscan, you've gone to Ether Explorer, you've gone in their Telegram, you've gone in their Discord, you've kind of done your analysis that I talk about doing in the How to Do Your Own Research video, then you can go, okay, now wait a second, I've identified this as a quality project, if that's what you find, and the market cap is tiny. I mean, under a $5 million market cap is like a micro cap, right? So it's pretty much close to these historic lows. I mean, these kind of, I would say the historic midpoint is around that 77-cent level, and currently it is a little bit above that. We could see a further retracement, but I think personally, just to tell you my honest opinion, if I see a drop below, let's see, these levels, around that 80 to 78 cent level right here, that's kind of we've seen historically, each of these lows, how it keeps tapping this, how it looks like some key support level. If we were looking at it on trading view on actual charts, but since it's a line chart, it's a bit harder to explain. But I mean, you're getting in early, and then you're also getting a great entry point. So you're kind of getting both positions. If you understand what the project is doing fundamentally, and you maybe you're going to wait on the sidelines and go, okay, once they release the leverage trading capabilities, the options trading capabilities, then I'll get into it. Well, maybe at that point it's already ridiculously valued. So I did want to show you this project early before they really blew up. Obviously, you always have to do your own research. I can't say that enough. But when you see a quality project like this, it's really the way that I think about it is, look at all the technological revolutions, just revolutions throughout history. Look at the Industrial Revolution. If you were able to invest in steel, or if you were able to invest in a steel manufacturing company, one of the key infrastructure plays in that revolution, you would have made a ridiculous amount of money. That's truly generational wealth. And I see a real serious technological revolution greater than any past revolution with blockchain technology, because really what it's doing is, throughout all of history, the way humans have been kind of hurt is betray of trust. You have this trust in these kind of leaders, these some good, some bad, and far too often humans, with our cognitive biases, we fall for leaders. And this is the problem of centralization. When you have decentralization, which is really what this whole blockchain space is about, is kind of giving the rewards that a centralized company is keeping. For example, Facebook. If there's a decentralized version of Facebook, all that ad revenue that's going to the top guys at Facebook, it gets distributed to the whole network. So that's kind of the beauty of this. Again, keep that in mind, guys. Just kind of the macro view of the crypto market, kind of my macro thoughts on it. This is the team here at Unidex. They have, I do like it when they show faces to a project. And these guys are all awesome. So the backend developer, Andres Ruiz, I apologize if I get the name wrong. Gore Spikastian, I'm curious what Gore's nationality is. It looks like an awesome guy. So full stack developer, CEO and founder, kernel admin, and then JT McHorse, front end developer. Marta Bresden is the user interface, and she's basically the UX designer. And then they have these other things that they're working with. So DeFi Boost, you have Cryptoteca and Altvest, and then that's pretty much it as far as that goes. Again, do your own research with a project like this. But in that little bit of time, the market cap has changed. Very, very volatile market right now. But like I said, if you're able to identify key infrastructure plays, you can do very, very well with something like the blockchain space. But it's mainly about identifying quality projects. So this is why I have links to everything down below in the description, is so you can do your own research into a project like this. You can see how UNIDX is able to deliver lower transaction costs. You can kind of read these different articles, really understand it, and then zoom out and go all the way. Just click on UNIDX's whole Medium page, and then if you really want to research it, if you're serious about your investing, go read their articles. Do your own research. I think a lot of people skip over this and they really just go, they just go straight for, okay, what's the easiest way of playing it? And in my opinion, that's like playing the lottery. Like, you might as well just go to the casino. The way I invest is much, much different. I prefer, if it's just out of the blockchain space, to go boots on the ground. I like to see how things work. The beautiful thing about the blockchain space is you can literally see how everything works from anywhere in the world. So that's why, I work remotely. I typically spend a month in each country that I'm in. So for example, I'm currently in the United States. I'll be in Georgia next, then Ukraine, Armenia. And in all of those places, you can always access the blockchain space because everything is open source. But if I want to, for example, research the real estate market in Ukraine, doing it online is literally the worst possible way of doing it. It's horrible. You cannot research these real estate markets or investment opportunities or business opportunities in emerging market countries from your pajamas in your home. You literally have to go boots on the ground there. So I kind of enjoy that balance approach is when it comes to investing and research. But I really like to get roll your sleeves up and get a little dirty, like really dig into what this investment is all about. Look at the, kind of form a thesis around this investment. I kind of laid out my thesis around something like UNIDX. Identify the market narrative. So, where's kind of the trend shifting to, and you can see what's happening. You saw what happened with the Uniswap airdrop. Just think about what if UNIDX did an airdrop. Now, again, I don't know. Maybe they already did one. I am not sure, but I'm just always keep those things in mind. Study past market cycles, and then find out how you can help a project. So if you're bullish on it, don't just sit on the sidelines. Reach out to the project and say, hey, what can I do to help? Maybe they'll compensate you. Maybe you want to do it for free. First, you get experience. So it's great to get experience in any space, but you get experience in this kind of emerging space where, if you get paid in not US dollars, but let's say in like a community token, and this is just macro, this isn't even for Unidex, but just in general for community token, you could really have a great opportunity to be in something early. Think about the people that got paid in Facebook stock when Facebook was originally created. And now think about a decentralized version of that where you get paid in a tokenized version. So pretty interesting. That's all for this one. So let me know in the comments what you think about Unidex, what you think about all the topics I just covered. If you enjoyed the episode, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Again, check out all the official links down below in the description. Check out Unidex. Go give them a follow on Twitter. Give our Twitter a follow at investglobal_IO. Go down below in the description. Join the Telegram group of like-minded investors. That's all for this one. Again, let me know in the comments what any of your thoughts, any questions, any video ideas that you would like to see. So again, like, subscribe, button all, invest global, and until next time.